Hello, everybody. I know not a lot of people will join today and will probably watch the recording, but this is me and Kim starting our Moon in Aquarius magic journey. She'll be hopping on soon. I'm just going to be getting ready. Let her know. I just got done with my spiritual bath. Oh, there she is.
Where can I get the... Okay.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm starting the video. There we go. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. As always. As
Yeah.
always. I just took a bath. I'm getting organized. I had a meeting this morning.
Mm-hmm.
After this, I'm gonna chill out for a little bit.
Yeah.
What about you? How you doing?
I'm all right. Gonna, I'm not looking forward to a bit of peace today. It's been a day already.
Man, it sure as shit has. Everybody out of the house today?
Um, Kennedy's about to go stay with her other grandparents. They're gonna pick her up soon. So, I'll have some time to maybe do something. I don't
Nice.
know. I need to organize my bloody house. It's a mess, but
That's what I'm in the process of doing. I'm getting a basket for like everything. Like everything. Like I'm just gonna support my ADHD. I don't do good with drawers. None of us do. So we're getting a lot of baskets, a lot of clear storage. I do
yeah.
best with like groupings. So you know what? I'm gonna stop hating myself for what I need and just start supporting my goddamn self.
Yeah. I am kind of like too, like as I go, like, okay, I should put this somewhere,
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't need to have that over there. I can move it. I mean, it is just kind of pulling a mom, just moving stuff to another place sometimes, but
Cody now, like he plays Mimi and Poppy, and it's just him like moving shit around the room. And like when I told him what he was doing, they were so like offended. They were like,
he's just cosplaying his grandparents.
yeah,
That's funny.
it bothers him because they always rearrange the room that he hangs out in the most. And he's like, why is nothing ever not the same? I'm like, bro, welcome to Mimi's world.
Well, that object permanence really does get the ADHD brain, so
Yeah.
for sure. So Venus is in retrograde?
Yeah, no, she's going.
Oh,
She's
she's
going March
going.
1st.
Oh, that's just a couple days away.
Yeah. So we have one new moon this fucking tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
That's the first new moon of the year that has no retrogrades. And we just had this 1 week where we have no retrogrades. Because
Mhm.
after Venus, soon it's Mercury. So the next couple of, it's going to be interesting. The finishing of one eclipse season, the start of another, the fucking, it's, there's so much going on. There's so much going on. So,
Mm,
but it is a
great.
magical time. Um,
Well, like that Pisces hits all my, I've got all the doodads in there, so
yeah,
I am kind of feeling pretty good.
yeah,
So,
I am feeling
anyway.
pretty good. Um, I'm just going to talk about the astrology a little bit and we'll get started and just do it because I'm sure most people want to watch this later.
Hmm.
Um, so, and you can add in or jump in whenever you want to, Kim.
Yeah.
So this is our thinking. It's it's like Pisces season. That's almost I feel like an insult to say that because it's like so obviously Piscean energy. Okay.
Mhm.
Pisces is water. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the boundless. Neptune
Mhm.
does not understand the difference between me and you. There is no, okay, that's why it almost feels like we've been fucking dissolving. Like it
Yeah.
feels so weird. And
Yeah.
Pisces is the last zodiac sign. So this is an ending upon endings, but like a new beginning. It's really woo. We've said the veil is just not even there. Like that's
No,
why
it's
I
not.
think it's like so bizarro with that Neptune and North Node together. So
Mhm.
the more we separate them, the less woo and crazy it all becomes, right? Because even Timothy
Mhm.
Snyder is like, hey, their magic is kind of waning a bit. And as the North Node and Neptune separate and Saturn comes in, and those retrogrades are going to get them so bad. The Ides of March are going to be fucking interesting. But it is not a secret that Pisces is also the sign of escapism. So drugs are a
Yeah.
sign of
Yeah.
Pisces. And
Mhm.
I've been talking about drugs will be a thing when the nodes move into Pisces and Virgo. But this is why I love astrology, is because you never know exactly how it's going to be. I really thought it was going to be because this generation is so different. They don't drink alcohol, but they pop a Molly and take mushrooms microdose, you know?
Mhm.
So I
The
thought
the the sniffy sniff is also on the rise, which I'm like, what?
it
You
is,
know,
it's,
Wall Street.
it is different drugs. And again, this is like class. Like the fact
Yeah.
that Elon has no shame being like, yeah, I'm high on ketamine, but he calls someone else a crackhead is just insane. But anyway, I'm going back to your grandma's Christian teaching because she wasn't wrong about this. When you are in spirits, when you are ingesting spirits, you become a little more like spirit. You become a little bit more porous. You are able to get attached to. There is a hard, when you are in escapism, when you are in drugs, it is hard for you to have boundaries. It is hard for you to protect yourself because you're all into the expansion. And that's what Elon is doing, right? Expand, expand,
Yeah.
expand.
Yeah.
Double cancer. He wants that land, he wants that expansion. And we have to understand he is expanding, but it's all fake. It's all made up. Like it's in stocks. He doesn't have cash. And they're plummeting the stock market right now. Anyway, I'm going into
And then you got Fort Knox and all that, which is
don't even. That's I feel, he's gonna attack black towns. Like anyway, we're gonna get too into it. But when someone is escaping, they are
Mhm.
connecting into other planes and it makes it easier. So I want you guys to think of Elon like a crochet something. He's like expanding and together, but there's little holes. There's little holes because he's expanding a little bit too much. It's not real. It's not real Jupiter expansion. It's Neptune delusion. It's manipulation, right? A lot of them are just playing games with our head. So, everyone on TikTok's been talking about the egregores and being like, we can't say his name and you can't do magic. It feeds. You can always do magic. Okay. There are always ways around it. Now, so that's one part of like our plan. The other part is we're going to do this when the moon is in Aquarius for a couple of reasons. One, Pluto just moved there. And listen, revolution time, baby. Are we not seeing it? But also, Aquarius, when the moon is in Aquarius, energy can move a lot easier. When witches used to circle back in the day, one of the things they would used to do, and they did it when the moon was in Aquarius, is they would do the cone of power. They would all get together and like shoot their power and make like a cone. And like, this is old school shit. Look it up. You're into, Thoth and the Hermetic, all that shit. Because they believed a cone that they could send a message, that they could connect to the plane, to the life, to the cup that Aquarius is. This is when
Mhm.
we have a direct energy and channel.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
have not said this yet out loud, but
No, but it makes sense.
this is when witches are like, oh, and I've done it before. I've had a group together and done the cone of power. It is very empowering. But Kim was like, we have to use the cup that they're trying to keep us, right? And so I was thinking, if witches got together physically when the moon was in Aquarius, why the fuck can't we get together like
Yeah.
the internet
Uh-huh.
highway and
Right?
start, doing the cone of
Yeah.
power this way? So
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how exactly the cone of power works in this space, but we're going to be working towards that. Today, this first one is just at our Patreon. It's just for us because I want us girlies to get more powerful with it. And then we're going to start having it open. Every, when the moon's in
Mhm.
Aquarius, we'll have an open thing and we're going to do this work together. We are going
Mhm.
to create our own cone of power.
Yep.
We are going to attach to porous things, and we're not going to change anything except help them a little bit too much. Bend, as Kim says. And I
We're gonna
love the
bend him
bending
over.
thing because bending is a term in astrology. Like once you get to the bend, once you get to this, once it bends. And that is very much what I feel with Elon. We just have to get that bend. And he's so easy to bend right now. If we just
Exactly.
if we just start. So we're starting it here. Just get used to it. When the moon's in Aquarius, me and Kim are gonna get together. I'm gonna have a big candle for this. It's gonna
Mhm.
have the mother on it, but Sean's gonna put something else over it. We want the mother to rise up. Um, Lots of symbolism right now with Gemini, double speak, Neptune, Pisces, delusions, all sorts of stuff. But
Mhm. Yeah.
we're gonna have a candle that's for this, and also this is gonna represent Elon. So today, when we're getting together, I'm going to put it on the board, and it's going to be our first attachment because I'm a Taurus. I do well with physical, and my mind does, and that's what everyone else. I mean, your mind doesn't know the difference between not real and what you're envisioning. So we're all going to physically do stuff because we can do this. We can
Mhm.
do this. The,
Yeah.
the tipping point is already so there. The retrogrades are going to be hard. You know, there's so much, so we can do it. Okay. I
Yeah.
think
It's just a matter of like we got to influence it. We got to
we
use
have
that
to,
power of
we've got to get
persuasion and
our cone of
influence.
power because
Yeah.
witches, that was their telephone. That was how they carried messages. And I'm like, oh shit, we just got to figure out how to fucking do it in this form.
Yeah.
And we're going to. We're going to.
Yeah. And that's like a thing that so I'll add like whenever you do this on your own or whatever, like the point is he plays in the ether too. He's way up there.
Absolutely.
So
He hadn't grounded in a minute. He,
yeah,
when we say ground, it's not like we're just talking out of our butts. It's because if you don't, you will float off.
yeah, yeah. So the whole point,
On
like,
is somewhere else. I become meme.
yeah, like what, yeah. So the idea is like this would be a good visualization kind of practice to do with also doing the mundane stuff. So I'm going to say while you're doing your mundane work, you need to visualize yourself doing it in the ether as
Yep.
above, so below. Because we're
Yep.
going to do some old, like you said, old school Order of the Hermetic Golden Dawn or whatever.
But we
Like,
bring it to the internet, bitches. We figuring it out.
exactly. Like Elon, he thinks his magic's in the messaging, and
Oh
we
yeah.
just got to warp the message.
Yeah.
We just got to
Absolutely.
bend it. And yeah,
Absolutely.
bend him over a barrel.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but we can do it. I
We
think we
can.
can influence it. We
I
just got
can.
to get the seed going.
It
So,
it
this
it is going
moon.
to be the people. It is going to be the collective. When we talk about Pluto and Aquarius, it doesn't happen without the people. It is not
Exactly.
the Democrats. It is like, I've watched some of those town halls. Their plans are just to kind of resist. We don't want to just resist. We want this
Hmm.
to stop.
Yep.
Like we want
Yep.
this to go away. and it's going to be
Mhm.
up to us. It's going to be us. So
Yeah. So we're gonna poke him like like a like you would a beach ball. We're poking his hot air. We're poking that. So you want me to go ahead and do this?
yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, the visualization that I talked about could be really helpful to kind of get you in the zone. Some people say sitting in your power, sitting with spirit. Like if you do any sort of meditation or anything, this would be a good time. But I would say because we need this to be very focused and very narrow,
Yeah,
like the intention has to all be the same.
yeah,
So visualizing yourself working over in the ether as well as here would help that. So with that in mind, I've done like I'm a folk magic bitch. So I've done the thing of like I did a petition paper, wrote his name 9 times, then wrote his name opposite 9 times backwards, and I wrote bend over bitch. And I had it charging on my altar all night. So, and I have a yellow candle. So I did say black or white, but it really doesn't matter. I'm using yellow because of the sun, because he's definitely thinking he's Icarus.
and we have power of the sun too. We all do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Solar plexus, all of that. But yeah, white or black is fine. So I've done that. And then I have my herbs and I've pounded them, most of them in a mortar. So I don't know.
do you want to explain the
Yeah.
herbs that you listed a bit?
Yeah.
These
I'm
girls are
trying to see.
interested in herbs.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
Not
No.
really.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So yeah. So I've got some ladies mantle. Because we need
What's
to,
that?
so it's also called like shepherd's purse. It's for like women stuff. It's very divine feminine. So we need to add, so I'm trying to enhance our divine kind of feminine energy with also the surge of masculine energy we're going to need for this. So we still need to balance. It's also like a good just spell booster. And then, oh, not that one. I don't want that one. But there's High John root, wormwood. That's
Yeah.
for protection. I got some mullein, yarrow, all the things. Basil's good for exorcism. I do have pumpkin pie spice. I love that. It's got allspice and cinnamon in it. So the wormwood is kind of a protection thing, and like any sort of like success oil or master oil, if you have that. So I'll just like do the thing, and then I'll show it to you. So yeah. Also, you don't have to pound herbs in a mortar and pestle, but I find it really enhances my own like ritual practice.
You pound it with intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
helpful.
And if you don't have that, you can just use, I don't know, you can use a coffee grinder and stuff too.
Yeah,
But like
I'll do that.
so the mullein is is a protection thing. You're keeping evil at bay because we're going to be playing up there. You need protection. So mullein's good for that. And so is High John root. That's very much that's the masculine element we're adding to this to kind of boost it. So strength, power, and courage, because you're going to need it for this. And it depends on what kind of oil you like. I like to use just castor oil because it sticks better. So I'm just going to add a bit of castor oil to my paper. And like, you don't have to do it exactly as I'm doing it, but it can kind of help that we're all doing it together and we all have the same intention. This is when, coming together as a collective helps. So I rub this with the oil and then I just kind of put the herbs on a paper towel. You see,
Oh yeah.
and I just roll it. So, and you can write on your candle as opposed to doing the paper. It's totally
I
up to you.
I like to write on my chime candles. I draw little words and stuff. I mean I like to burn paper too, but I do like to anything that you do
Yeah.
with intention, anything that helps hammer. And when you're physically doing something, your brain says, "Oh, okay, this is what we're doing."
And I'm like an ancestor person. Sorry, my daughter Kennedy's leaving. I'm a big
Hi,
ancestor person,
Kennedy.
spirit guide. Said bye. Um, because I'm a medium, I work with the other side a lot. And to me, I've always thought of like candles as kind of like lighthouses for them. Like, hey, girl, I need something. I have a message, and my message is in the candle. And
Yeah.
then it's like, boom, because that's the thing. The visions I've been getting is our ancestors going, hey, all we need is you're okay. Like, just tell us to
Yeah.
go, and we'll follow. So, this is also another thing we're doing because they are ready to get
Yeah. We've all been
shit
talking about
going.
how the ancestors been screaming. If there's no veil, yeah, they are. They're right
They're
there.
very loud. They're very loud and they're in everybody's
And they've
meditations.
done this fight a few times before, and I think they're ready to fucking finish it.
I think they want to get it right.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. And I think I don't I don't know if everybody comes to terms with their wrongs after they pass. I don't know that, but it just seems like there is a definitely a reckoning that they kind of have to go through and decide what side they might be on, the helpful
Yeah.
side or what. So, you know, it's kind of I mean, what we're kind of doing here is kind of gray magic anyway. So if you're in that kind of gray space, we're here to like disrupt and we're here to resist. And that's the main intention you should take, if nothing else. So that's where we're at. And I will write. No, I'm going to tie this thing on here. I have a hard time doing two things at once, neurodivergent.
Me too. I think.
So then I have a success oil that I put on top, and I'm just going to light it because I've been keeping this in mind for like 24 hours. So my intention is good and well, I think. And yeah, then I'll just take it over to my altar. Y'all are coming with me. Ooh, there it is. And where's the lighter? There it is. Sorry, I'm just not good at this. I'm not good with the influencer like camera angles and shit. So
You're fine.
there we go. And that is it, really.
Fantastic.
I'm
Um,
all
if you want to
fully.
write this down, I'm gonna light the big candle in a couple of hours when the moon is at 23 degrees, because that's the chaos, that's the Uranus degree. That has been a theme in a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And so every candle we're gonna, and then I'm gonna have this burn the whole time the moon's in Aquarius, and every time we'll snuff it, bring
Yeah.
it back together.
Mm-hmm.
Next time,
Yeah. 7-day candle is great for this. I just didn't have any.
yeah,
So, that's another thing. And if you make your own candles, just add all those ingredients in it. So,
yeah,
but
absolutely. I'm gonna
yeah.
see if I can get Sean to draw some pictures, because I think the visualization is really important. We've talked a lot in the Patreon group about our bubble, our aura, and that's what I want you to think. Like, remember, you have your little Glinda bubble. Elon has his too, but his is like so stretched thin. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, and I mean, you guys know some of those bullets that when they penetrate, they just stop and kind of explode. They're known as mushroom bullets. That's kind of what I'm envisioning in my head. Like just a little rainbow mushroom of my ass just sticking in his aura. Just staying.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
staying. So
Yeah. I mean, look at Grimes. She's like, trying to get to him the way he responds. And
yeah.
so if he's like, master edge lord overlord, like his bubble is about to be burst. It's like a video game. You can't he's Bowser. Sorry, that
Yeah.
ages me. But like, yeah, like
Cody knows
yeah,
who Bowser is. It's all right.
yeah. But yeah, so I think if we can all do it, and hey, if you need, if somebody doesn't really know what they're doing, they could message me or you on TikTok and we can kind of help them out. If you're kind of new to this, like, don't
Yeah.
worry. It's all the intentions the same. So
Yeah. Um, yeah,
that's it.
that's it. We'll post it, we'll talk about it, and we'll get this is the start of the cone. This is the start of the
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you can write it down too, we'll post it and then we'll figure out next month's date. We'll make little graphics and little visuals and start inviting people.
Yeah,
So yeah.
sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Kimberly.
Sure, thank you.
Bye
Happy, happy,
everybody.
happy magic.
Happy magic. Bend it like a bitch. Not like
Yeah,
Beckham. Bend like a bitch.
bend over, bitch boy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right, later.
Bye.